Hi guys, and welcome back to our playthrough of Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Right now we are in the I don't know what this place is called. It's just the other hub world. We got to fix the elevator. We came from a water monster area. That's a storage thing. Looks spooky, so we're just going to go upstairs first. If I go from left to right, maybe. Guest room. Sounds good.
The thin, cold mist brushed his face as he stepped outside. London weather could be cruel, but it's the kind of cruelty he could handle.
My journal is gone. What would they want with my journal?
Yeah, they took your journal all right, huh? You guys see that closet? That means we're going to have to hide in it. A lot of them.
2nd of July, 1839. I received a letter today from the Algerian governor's office disclosing the fate of Herbert's expedition. About a week after my departure, Abdullah, one of the men traveling with us, returned from the desert. He was badly injured, as if maimed by a lion. The man rambled deliriously about the expedition being attacked by something horrible. The French quickly dispatched a search party to look for the expedition. After searching for days, they found the camp abandoned without any trace of Herbert or his men. Tomorrow, I'll retrieve the things they recovered from Herbert's tent at the customs house. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm worried for him.
Fun fact, Abdullah means servant of Allah in Arabic. I know a bit of that, you know. Nice landing. Store is ducted. Broken lock. Well, you throw something at it. Maybe that wasn't heavy enough. Not use the item that way. Alright. All this stuff is truly fascinating, but I don't think there's anything we can use here. You know the rules, and so do I. You wouldn't see a monster any other way. Oh yeah, we're gonna pick that up and it's gonna get crazy.
3rd of July, 1839. Today I picked up Herbert's things at the customs house. I dug through the trove of documents he had carried and found a log detailing the expedition. The nature of this text ranged from quick notes to colourful accounts of transpired events. I skimmed the pages, trying to figure out what might have happened. May 17th, the day I was trapped inside the orb chamber, Herbert dryly states, "Recovered Daniel after 1 hour of entrapment." This confused me greatly. I was suffocating within minutes. How could I have lasted an hour? I continued reading the peculiar text. Herbert states his facts without judgment or passion. But suddenly, I could read frustration into his text. He pushed his men to investigate the underground tomb, an effort which seems to have strained the minds of his men. Madness spread through the ranks, and Herbert had to take some extreme measures to continue. He finally visits the chamber himself, where he retrieves the orb to the surface. His account confuses me greatly. If he has the orb, what are those pieces in my drawing room?
Maybe a second orb? These the pieces? I don't know, man. Damn, I can't, like, close this off. I gotta run there fast if I pick this up. Goodbye! Now we're all good. Someone's gonna run in here and kill us.
The key. Please, let it be here.
There's a memento. Important key is hidden here.
4th of July, 1839. It's done. The orb is assembled. I was awakened by an exhausting nightmare. Shaking and sweating, I retired to the drawing room with a cup of tea. The relic pieces lay spread across the table as I'd left them, but somehow I knew how it was supposed to be. I fetched the tar, which I had prepared to fix the pieces together, and without fault I joined them, producing the orb I remembered so clearly. The tar proved unnecessary. It was pushed out from the joining pieces as they merged on their own, with no adhesive. The ancient stone relic now rests on my table. Its immaculate surface and perfect shape could have been molded by a factory. This is all too strange.
Yeah, you shouldn't be messing with that stuff, Dan. Oh shit, shit, shit. That got me. I thought it was gonna happen when we broke down that door. Nah. Okay, Daniel. Yep. We are all good.
Thank God, there it is. I guess it is a good place to hide it then.
The strange letter frightened him, but it was also the only one which offered some comfort.
Sorry if any of my impressions end up sounding off today. Study. We'll check that out. I want to see the machine room first. I want to see what we're up against.
He flipped through the Book of Monarchs, looking for etchings, and counted. 9 different kings from all over Europe had been depicted with an orb resting in their hands.
So I'm guessing these orbs are kind of where people's power comes from.
July 1839. Today I went to the university looking for answers. I was able to sneak into Herbert's office and pick up an address book along with some relevant textbooks. Professor Taylor at the Faculty of History was very helpful, and I managed to approach the subject of the orbs. The most interesting aspect was the prevalent trace they had left in our culture. The mythic orbs may, in fact, have inspired the globus cruciger, which so many royal regalia holds to this day. In ancient times, the orbs were held by priests as a symbol of the sun and its power. As I was leaving, I overheard a disturbing conversation. Sir William Smith, the geologist, was killed last night. Less than a fortnight had passed since I'd asked for his expertise. I know it's silly, but I can't help feeling responsible somehow.
Yep. Probably because you were. Three. Pressure. I don't know. I'm doing this. Probably gonna get some sort of note about it later. So this episode might just be a very lore-based and puzzle-based episode. I imagine we're going to see a real scary episode maybe later. Yeah, I don't have that stuff. Machine equipment memo. Note that there are only 2 spare rods left in the storage for the elevator machinery. Make sure to only discard the ones which are badly damaged and keep the others in the inner study rooms in case all 3 would crack again. Inner study. So am I going to the storage or the study? This looks irrelevant. It's going to be like that Pokemon Coliseum puzzle. You gotta find all the gears. Yeah, what am I telling you? See, we play video games. We know. Tink. What's in here? Tinderbox? Oil, that's what I'm talking about. Nothing in burner. Alright, we'll worry about that later. Shubba, shubba, shubba. I don't really got any good conversations right now. So hopefully you guys aren't expecting too good of commentary. Hey. I guess I could hit you guys with some more Arabic. Machinery needs more work. Let's throw something in here. This is coal, right? Yeah. You guys ever want to impress a Arabic lady? You say like "Oi hubaku" or something. I don't know. That was a long time ago. I knew that was cool. Burn that. Yeah.
14th of July, 1839. I've read every book I can find on the subject. While rich in legend and hearsay, my knowledge is lack for the insight I crave. I've sent letters to many in Herbert's address book and received answers of varying importance. Today, I got one which differed greatly from the others. From a baron in Prussia. He said nothing about the quaint stories of priests in underground temples. He didn't even mention them. He simply wrote, "I know. I can protect you. Come to Brennenburg Castle. Signed, Alexander." What am I to make of this? Protect me from what? Is someone after me? I looked up Brennenburg and traced it to the Prussian woods near the Baltic Sea. While being the least informative letter I've received, it causes me greatest distress and interest. As I write, my thoughts are drawn to my nightmares in which a most disturbing sound calls to me. A sound defying description. A voice from the void. The last few weeks have been awful, with so many sleepless nights dreading a repeat of those horrid dreams. Tomorrow, I shall visit my physician, Dr. Tate. in hope that he can provide me with sedatives to help me sleep.
Yeah, laudanum. An antipsychotic, and it helps you sleep. Also has opium. Beware that addiction. Alright, so we gotta go to the study for something. We gotta figure out that puzzle up there too. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, I don't even know. Has something to do with water pressure.
Professor Taylor was the second death caused by his damned curiosity.
Something to say about curiosity. Kills the cat. So we'll go up here. We'll save storage for last. I don't like the sound of it.
He panted heavily, trying his best to keep himself from screaming. The medicine cabinet had been overturned and lay collapsed on the floor. He reached through the broken glass door and grabbed all the sedatives he could find.
Well, this is gonna be like that first study we were in. Where? Yeah, I don't like any of this. That's a nope. This looks comforting. There's nothing in here. I don't think. Yep. Could be a room I could hide in, I guess. Waste my oil. Letter regarding the discovery of an orb. Alright, I'm gonna try to read this in an impression.
To my most trusted student and friend, Johann Weyer. The most remarkable thing happened as I was traveling through the Prussian woods this summer. I finally found one of the orbs I have been looking for the last 20-odd years. It is as inexplicable as the Heliodromus described it in the Hortus Conclusus. It was as it was told about, an underground Mithraic temple crowned with the unearthly artifact. The orb was big enough to fill my cupped hands, and the texture was smooth and jagged. Its color washed while rich. Contrast is not enough to describe its nature. It was an impossibility, an artificial paradox captured within stone. I was staying in a nearby village called Alstadt, investigating one of the antiquated trails when I finally found the cavern. I went inside and suddenly I could verify the truth of these enigmatic artifacts. They were real. As you can understand, this is the most important discovery of my life, but it has also become my greatest fear. As I entered the underground chamber, I could feel that I was trespassing. Because of my curiosity, I did my best to fight these instincts and fetch the orb from its place. Pardon me, guys, I gotta get some water. It scrambled out of the chamber and into the woods. I could sense something was following me. It bayed loudly as it closed in. The beast, this guardian of the orb, was relentless in its pursuit. I made my way to a nearby ravine, where I stumbled upon some men fishing in the lake. I tried to warn them as I passed, but fortunately they remained as I continued my escape. When I heard their cry of pain echo through the valley, I felt such a tremendous sense of relief, thinking I would be spared. Suddenly, a blue shimmering light engulfed me, and the colors of the forest were washed away before my eyes. I kept running through the bleak surroundings. The trees had turned charcoal black with leaves of cinder, the ground covered in murky water. I pressed on through the drenched land as the glowing ember gave way to the rising wind and rained on me. I could hear pleading screams in the distance, and I joined in pain, and fear overtook me. I fell to the ground, gasping for air. This certainly must sound strange, but I had been carried miles away across the Alps to a grassy field outside Genoa. The Guardian had taken the orb from me, but still until this day I fear its return. Sometimes I lay awake at night listening for the howling cry I heard in the forest. It had been nearly a decade since that day, and I still haven't been able to write about the incident. Man, this guy talks a lot. Hopefully he doesn't have more letters. We're running on 20 minutes right now. The last time we spoke to you, you told me about your interest in ongoing research into the mythic orbs, and I realized I owed you the truth about my visit to Alstadt. Your friend and mentor, Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. Sounds like a cool guy. We're gonna keep moving. I'll probably end the video once my recording reaches about 25 minutes. Hopefully you guys like the voice impressions. I do my best. Oh my god. Chill out, Daniel. Oh. I guess we can break it into the window. Ooh, I don't like that at all. There's no hiding spots here. I think that voice I was doing is weird. It's like, I feel like I was speaking Russian, German, and like Christopher Walken or something.
Let's see what you have to offer.
Oh.
What a mess. I should have sharpened the saw, but I can sense it. It's definitely there.
Poor dog. I really don't know if I care for Alexander. Is this him? Kind of an ugly looking dude. Anatomy Frontiers. 1658, January 9th. This is probably Alexander.
Further disappointment. The antiquarian's latest findings yielded nothing. I'm still unable to grasp the inner workings of life and its relation to the power sensed within it. I shall pursue more books on the subject, but I suspect it will be in vain. Since no research has been made in my particular interest, I must attempt to fill that void myself. Clearly humans emanate more of the energy I seek, but I hope animals will suffice as they prove less of a hassle to acquire.
So I guess he needs like blood sac. So I don't know if I dig that. Them bones, them dry bones. Them tinder boxes. Alright. I think we're gonna have to break that window. Hey, another note. Alright, I'm gonna read this note and then we're gonna call the video quits and we can check out the rest of the stuff tomorrow. Canis lupus familiaris, 1658, April 12th.
But after a short study, it is clear that the agitation found among humans can be found in the dog. Fear and pain induce stress, which seems to trigger an endogenous response, causing the animal to burst with energy. I believe that the catalyst is produced in the brain. It is difficult to determine exactly where and what it is, but I can sense it. It reeks of cosmic genesis. There's an inherent problem in harvesting this energy, since the creature is bound to die from the exercise. I must refine this process of torture to enable any real work to be done. More experiments must be performed, but it seems that only human beings are able to produce the amount necessary. It might be their ability to appreciate the severity of the process that ultimately augments their experience of terror.
Yep, sounds about right, Alexander. On that note, we're going to cut the video here. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you like it, remember to comment or like or subscribe. Do whatever you want. These are mainly just for, you know, my appreciation of things. And we'll break through this glass in the next video. Get that tinderbox. Probably go somewhere else. So we'll see you later.